out of week 2?
Man, the Saints are real. I don't know if y'all realize they're real. I didn't know how real they were until I saw them decimate Cowboys the way they did. I think that's the most surprising thing I saw this week. Shoot.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna say the Saints are real, but I also look at the Cowboys. I'm like, that was disappointing defense scheme. I'm like, dude, why y'all just go with too high safety? Like, I ain't see enough of that. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm a little disappointed in the Cowboys for that. If I had to sit down and say what was the biggest win, let me just look. I mean, the biggest surprise for me last week, I'll probably say the Raiders. Honestly, I thought the Raiders were the big surprise.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know. I think the Ravens are on a slip on a backslide right now. So, but that's like that's one of those things where I feel like if they don't get it together in the next week, they may have maybe like that 8-10 season I'm talking about, like that. Eight.
Yeah.
It's not.
I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. If I'm looking at the AFC North, the Steelers, man, they're gonna win literally just because of defense and not effing it up. Like basically, like they're literally gonna just do that. So.
Man, yeah, that's our biggest issue right now. The Steelers not being able to put it in the end zone has been an issue for the last 2 years, really. Because even last year, what our problems at the quarterback position have hindered us. We thought Russ was going to be the answer, but maybe Fields is going to be the answer. Even Roethlisberger tuned in today on the radio and said that they should keep Fields in as a starter. I believe that's the answer right now, and I think that's the answer for the future. But but we still got a lot of growing to do. Him as a quarterback has a lot to grow because he was in a bad situation for a long time.
You guys got into week 8, man. Like I said, that's when y'all season really starts, like for real, because that's when the schedule gets real tough. But now, as we sit here and look at it, is it really gonna be that tough? Because it's not like the Bengals are looking strong right now. But
hold on now. They gave Kansas City everything they could possibly handle. I think they gave Kansas City everything they could handle. They should have won that game, honestly. If old buddy doesn't commit that pass interference, it's the end of that game. That game's over. Game's over. Man, that between that interception and the play, not only were they making plays on offense, they were making plays on defense too. So it's, you know what I mean? It was just there was no reason they should have lost that game. But I
think as long as TJ Watt stay healthy, bro. If TJ Watt stay healthy, I believe y'all got a chance. You know what I'm saying? I believe that's your win. That's really y'all biggest win. That's y'all biggest win right there. Is TJ Watt in that thing, holding it down. He's literally just terrorizing people. It's literally him terrorizing the quarterbacks, and that's literally what's getting y'all the wins right now. TJ Watt is holding it down. He is keeping the points low, and he basically saying, "Hey, I know Mike Tomlin just going out there just saying, hey, just don't F it up, baby. That's it, baby. As long as you don't do that, we'll be all right. We'll get the win. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out. Just don't give it to them." You know what I'm saying? So I like that. But most of all, let's just talk. I just want to take a quick second to talk about Justin Fields because What did I say on draft night? I said, congratulations on getting drafted, Justin Fields. 3 and out. Where we going next? Did I not call that on this? I called it because I knew Chicago got it, bro.
No.
Chicago is not a good place for a new quarterback. They don't take care of their quarterbacks like they never have. So that's just their history. They never have taken good care of their quarterbacks. So now that I sit here and look, and I'm like, now that Justin Fields is in somewhat of a more better position because now he actually has a good defense, a good run game, I would say a solid offensive line. I ain't gonna say it's a great offensive line, but it's a solid offensive line. You know what I'm saying? And just because of that, that's why you're starting to see a better version of him at this point. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You see what Caleb Williams is looking like right now. So
yeah,
that man, he on a bench looking just like Fields. They trying to move Saw and everything like that. I'm like, bruh.
No, he's in trouble. I think he's in over his head, but he's also a rookie, so we don't know what he's going to look like next year. I told a lot of people that they shouldn't expect anything from Caleb Williams this year. I didn't think he was going to be good this year. I've been saying it since preseason, since before preseason started. I've been saying it that Caleb Williams isn't ready yet. It's how he plays. If you watch him in college, he's a slow through his progression. He's not that fast. It's not like he doesn't have the timing right. Now he looked better in the first half of this week than he did all of that first game. So I think the game is finally starting to slow down for him just a little bit. And I think he's finally starting to get comfortable, but at the same time, I think they're still asking too much of him. I can't remember how he threw. I can't remember how he threw a lot that week one. I didn't look at the numbers for this week yet. No. The gauntlets at the end. The gauntlets at the end, yeah. Because we got the Chargers.
The
yeah, we got the Chargers next.
Okay.
And it's not gonna be a pushover game either. It's gonna be another one of them fights. Yeah, we'll get into that when we start talking about the next week.
Get into that.
Yeah, they asked him he threw 37 times. 37 times. Anything over 35 is you're unbalanced. Like I feel like that you're way too high in your passing. And he's a rookie. And you're asking him to throw the ball 37 times accurately. He completed 23 of them. But it's still a lot of passing.
Yeah, so let's look at week 2, man. So let's have a quick chat about week 2. What did we see? Let's start off with the first one. Bills, Dolphins. What happened here?
I know what happened. The Bills went in. The Bills went in there and handled business like they always do. The Dolphins haven't beat the Bills, I don't think, in the last 2 years, and the Bills haven't lost on a Thursday night in the last 2 seasons. So
yeah.
Yeah,
they were, but they also, Tua got hurt. Don't know how long he's gonna be out. But also, even before then, they just looked unprepared. Like, honestly, I was just like very disappointed in the performance overall. I was like, yeah, these guys don't look like they're ready to play, and yeah, I wasn't too much of a fan of it. So,
yeah.
Oh God.
I knew he was throwing. I knew he was going to be throwing picks from like the get go, but I knew he was going to have a bad season. Also, he was just due. It was just one of those. It's one of those things where I just felt like they had a really good season last year. They had a good run, but everybody figured them out by the postseason, and everybody was kind of keying in on what they were doing with Waddle and Hills. So it's like. Nice. I mean, well, right. Eventually, they figure out who you are, and that's where they are. Tua took him. Tua is in a situation where, oh man, I feel for him. I feel for him because it wasn't a hard hit. It wasn't a hard hit. He caused he knew what, you know what I mean.
Real talk, it wasn't even really like everybody saying, man, it wasn't a hard hit. I'm like, I question if it wasn't even a hit. Like seriously, it was at this point, bro. At this point in time, like this is technically this is his fourth one in his career. You know what I'm saying? Because he had one back in Alabama. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like in my opinion, and I get it. I totally understand the warrior competitive football spirit. I totally understand that. I understand it completely. And I'm gonna sit here and say, I think it's time to hang it up, young man. You're gonna get your money and everything like that. I think you need to go ahead and I think it's best to shut it down. You know what I'm saying? Because I get it. You know, you want to go out there. You want to be the warrior. Hey man, I'm looking at it like this, bro. Your family wants you, man. You know what I'm saying? They want you to come home. They want you to be, they want you to be recognized. They want you to recognize your own kids and stuff like that when you get older, man. And as a guy who's been overseas, everything like that, and heard the constant reports when CTE first came about and everything like that, look, man, trust me on this. It ain't worth it. Shut it down. Be with your family, man. If it's like 124 million.
Yeah. Well, he's on IR already. He's facts, and that's what they were. That's what they were.
And
that's what a lot of people were talking about. Is the last thing you want to see is somebody die on the field. You know. Well, the dude he ran into, Hamlin, had a heart attack. Had a heart attack. It's crazy that he ran into him of all people when he had this concussion.
Bro, they didn't even want to hit him, bro. They didn't even want to hit him.
It did, and he was standing there like Tua ran into him like he was just standing, and he hit him. He was wearing it. Right. But moving on from go ahead. What's your name?
I was gonna say at this point, man, with the regularity of his injury, of his concussion, at this point, it ain't no helmet that can help him. That's why I'm coming down to this. It's nothing. It's nothing you can put on your head that is going to help you not get a concussion. That's why I'm saying shut it down. I want if there was a chance, trust me, and that's why I said I understand the warrior spirit. If there was a chance to say you can do it, there is a way, I would tell you, go ahead and go that route. Try exasperate all your options. And I'm sitting here telling you, there's no option besides shut
down. Yeah, I think we passed like the helmets they're wearing now. What the commissioner was saying is they are the safest helmets. They're safer than wearing last year's helmets with the cap on it. So it doesn't get any better than what he's wearing. And honestly, just concussion prone.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, do you think now while we're on the Dolphins, do you think Huntley was the right pickup?
At this point in time, I think any pickup is a good pickup because there ain't really too many options out there right now.
Yeah, I actually called that they were going to pick up Huntley on Sunday. I was like, they're going to pick up. I was like, the best option they have is if they can find Huntley. Huntley was on Baltimore's practice squad after being cut by the Cleveland Browns, which is crazy.
Very crazy. Who the real quick, who the man, I figured it out later. Who the quarterback is. Not Jameis Winston, but I forgot what his name is. Anyways.
Yeah, Jameis Winston is
no, it's another guy back there. I forgot what his name is.
You talking about Skylar Thompson? The other quarterback for the Dolphins?
No, I'm talking about the other quarterback for the Cleveland Browns.
Jameis Winston.
No. It's another guy. It's like TJ what's his name? Like DJT or something like that. Yeah, it was another guy back there. He got somewhat of an arm. He can throw the ball a little bit. We don't talk about him too much because you only see him in preseason, but he was straight. Just gotta see where he I would have went after that. That's what I would have did. I was like, hey, get the kid a shot at this point. But you get that Tyler Huntley, that'll keep your season afloat.
I mean, he did. He played well for Baltimore while Lamar was out. He got them wins.
Yeah, but it's Baltimore though.
I mean, they got all the weapons he could possibly use in Miami.
Yeah, that's what I say. He'll keep it afloat. I just think the young buck could have also did it too. But hey, maybe there's something wrong with it.
Look at what Malik Willis is doing with the Packers.
We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right, let's talk about this first Sunday night. In the first Sunday game, we got the Raiders versus the Baltimore Ravens. Thoughts?
I can't believe that they lost this game to the Raiders of all people, and it's only their fault. Let's be honest, because I mean, Raiders are good. They're decent, but they shouldn't look that good against you. And somebody made a good point when we were watching it. I didn't realize the Ravens had lost most of their offensive line and a lot of their defensive players.
Yeah, I think I told you that.
No,
I told you I pay attention to the line, bro. I love the line, man, but I don't love the Ravens line.
Yeah, I didn't know they lost that many people. Like when we started looking it up, I didn't realize that, because when you say somebody doesn't have a good offensive line, I just assume like maybe they just not that good. You know what I'm saying? But to know that they lost most of their starters is crazy. Like, and it's not like they have a losing squad. Like, if you're going to sign anybody, you sign them. When you about to sign Derrick Henry. That's the people you need. And right now, they're not doing anything with Derrick Henry. They're barely running this man. You got one of the best running backs, if not the best running back in the NFL right now, and he's getting like 1 or 2 touches a game. Crazy.
I'll break that down. John. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Quick correction. He had 18 carries this game, but last game was like
what you're referring to, and like I said, I'm gonna get to it. So so check this out. When it comes down to the Raiders and the Ravens game, the Ravens did pretty good. Okay, first of all, let's talk about it. Brock Bowers, you're the man. You're the man, Brock Bowers. That's right. My boy Brock Bowers coming out of UGA, coming out there showing what a freaking catching tight end is supposed to be like, baby. Honestly, the way things are looking right now, Hell, he look better than Kyle Pitts, dog. Like, let's just call it what it is. He out there blocking and he catching, man. Okay, he's the number 2 option out there next to Devontae Adams. Let's go, baby. Okay, let's go. Gardner Minshew didn't lose the game, so there you go. Defense showed up. They was average. You know what I'm saying? They did all right. So there you go. Raiders did all right. Now for the Ravens side of things, let me get into this, man. I get the offensive line. I totally understand it. You know, when it comes down to offensive line, I always look at communication and cohesiveness. All right. Like if you're a brand new team, you know how like when you look at the offensive line, you see how like everybody sometimes gets to the line and they just point to a person. They point to a player or something like that because it's talking about the blocking scheme. Like who do you got? Who do you got? Now they may switch. Now the defense may switch it up, and you see it less in the NFL because once they start seeing that, it's like okay, you calling me out? Like I don't know who I'm going against, right? But in college, they pretty much college you'll see that a good amount. When it comes down to a good offensive line, it's always going to be about team cohesiveness and how they work together because it really comes down to communication. Do I think that you can block whoever? Yeah, sure. But, man, when you get Max Crosby on a rookie right tackle, oh, yeah. A one-on-one? Oh, yeah, it's a done deal. Now, that's why I was saying, like, last game, when you got to bring Mark Andrews over there to freaking help your butt out, that's a sign saying like, hey, that your tackles are looking pretty weak out there, and they need that chip from the tight end. You know what I'm saying? That's why you didn't see much from Mark Andrews last game. And granted, you saw a little bit more from him this game. As you saw, they tried to get him involved, but they're going to have to probably go back to just throwing the ball back to Isaiah Likely because they need Mark Andrews to continue to chip because that offensive line, they get into him, boy. They can't take the boy Lamar. Also, with the personnel that they have, because they have young linemen, this is why when I was telling you guys last week, I formation. Get your butt down in the I formation. You can do the pistol, that's fine. But shotgun, no. You can't do it no more, man. Because your offensive line they're not adequate enough for that. Also, because you have Derrick Henry, you need to utilize the I formation. Pass the ball off to your big boy back there and let them big boys up front, them hogs, get after it. That's how you have to work that. They're having a hard time trying to go that direction because of Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson likes to be in the shotgun formation. And I'm telling you, that's not good for the team. I formation, pass the back off to it because at that point, your linemen, all they know is go straight. Derrick Henry gets his acceleration. Now he can find the hole a whole lot easier. You're gonna have to start doing that, or you can even go from the play action after that. You know what I'm saying? You can go from the I formation. You go after the play action. Go back there, try to put the belly put the ball in the belly, pull it out, turn around, find your mans. That's what the Ravens should be doing. They're just having a very hard time not wanting to go. I think they know the answer. They just don't want to go that direction. And that's where I'm like, well, you better figure out something because that's just not the move. What y'all doing right now is not the move right now. So get your stuff together because you're about to lose your MVP due to injury. So get that stuff together. All right. You good?
Right. I don't have many words for the Ravens right now.
Yeah. Get it together, Ravens. Get it together. Okay. Pep talk, baby. Pep talk. That's what we call this thing.
Yeah, anyway. That was the first upset of my picks.
Yes. That's when we realized it was over. All right, next one we got the Chargers versus the Panthers. Do we really need to go into this?
Actually, there's a lot of controversy around the Panthers right now.
Controversy. All right, let me just ask the question. How do you feel about the benching of Bryce Young? That's the real question because it ain't about the Chargers. The Chargers just showed up and played football, just like the Saints did last week. The question is, Panthers, you benched Bryce Young. Is it Bryce Young's fault, or is this just the team overall F up? Like, what are we talking?
Mm-hmm. And that's what I was going to say. I was like, they're blaming it on Bryce Young, but honestly, it's not Bryce Young's fault. And I think I think they're benching him for the purpose of it. They're not the He's not the quarterback they want. Period. I think this was probably the plan from the beginning, is to sabotage this young man's whole career, his early career days. And I think it's sad, because I think with the right development, Bryce Young would have been a good quarterback. I don't know if he'll ever be a good quarterback at this point. If he stayed right, they basically destroyed him, what a lot of horrible teams have done to a lot of good young quarterbacks coming out of college. No development, you stick them right in the game, and then next thing you know, when they fail, you're like, oh well, it's his fault. It's like, no, it's not his fault. You didn't do anything to develop him as a quarterback. And it's the same danger that Caleb Williams is in right now. If he's not handled properly, they'll destroy him in out there in Chicago. But Bryce Young should. I think the best thing they could do for Bryce Young is trade him to a team that will actually use him, or put him behind a good quarterback and let him actually learn.
Yeah, I'm with that. Yeah, I'm totally agreeing with you. I think it's over. I think you can't go back to him now. There's no way you can go back to him. The Carolina Panthers is an atrocity. Okay, let's just call it what it is. It's an atrocity. There's no other way we can explain it. They're an atrocity. It's been bad. Even when they drafted him, because what was the first thing I said? Load up the ice bath, because that man's about to get hurt out there, son. And I'm surprised that he lasted the season. You know what I'm saying? That's what I said last season. This season, I said, all I wanted from him I didn't really have expectations for him this season, just because of the situation down there. And what did I say about the Panthers? I said they are 2 years away from being an actual team, an NFL team. That's where I'm at with them. They're 2 years away from just being an NFL team. I'm not even saying competitive, just the NFL team. Good Lord. So the benching of Bryce Young, I think it's two things. I think it's one, save as much as he is, because he just getting beat all the hell out there. And everything like that. And what's happening is, because he's getting beat all the hell, he can't see the field. He can't see the field at this point. One, because of his height, but also when the defensive line is back there with you, as much as you get the ball, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? So right now, Bryce Young, I'm going to be honest with you, don't look at it as a bad thing. Just chop it up and say, hey, this wasn't it. This was a horrible situation. They never really cared about me. And on top of that, it's a new coaching system that literally just came in this season. Yeah. They didn't want you. It's okay. Let's go ahead and punt. This situation is a freaking dumpster fire. Let's just watch it burn.
Yes. Yeah. The best thing he could do is request a trade immediately. Get out of there.
Get out of there.
Get out of there. There's teams that are going to need quarterbacks. Run.
Go to Green Bay or something like that. At least you might have an opportunity or something.
Not the way Malik Willis is playing.
Oh yeah,
Malik Willis is playing.
Well, the reason why I say Green Bay, because Green Bay have a great development.
Yes.
They are Green. I don't know what team is better at developing players, not just quarterbacks, but just players overall, than Green Bay. So there you go.
There's not. They are probably if you wanted to lay out a framework for how to develop quarterbacks, Green Bay has it.
For sure.
Oh, as we ease on down, we'll talk about New England here shortly.
Yeah. All right, man. We got Saints, Cowboys. What y'all thoughts? What happened here?
Well, I watched most of that game. That game they were getting there. Look, I don't think the score dictates how bad it really was. At one, they were doing whatever they wanted to the Cowboys. Cowboys couldn't stop nothing. Kamara had 4 touchdowns or something like
that. AK 41.
Yeah,
4 touchdowns.
Three rushing, one receiving.
Yeah.
Doing whatever he wanted. Doing whatever he wanted. And that's not Raheem. Yeah. He's got to be a 4.340. There's no way he's running anything less than that. Dude is fast. Yeah. Every time I see him, he's in front of the safety and the corner, and they're throwing a bomb to him. No one can stop him. Real easy. And Dak looked like Dak. He had some real bright moments and threw 2 interceptions.
I'm gonna tell you what's up. The reason why the Cowboys are not doing good because they ain't got no freaking run game. Okay, you got Zeke, you got old Zeke back there, and I say old as a running back's ages, but you got old Zeke back there trying to hold it up back there. It ain't working. There's no one else back there. Dalvin Cook is pretty much a shell of himself. Who else they got? The Rico Vaughn, Deuce Vaughn. Yeah, it doesn't matter. All trash. Okay, let me say that. Now, I'm not gonna say all trash, but they taking it out. Okay, they there. Okay, they you know what I'm saying. They're a whole collective. Okay, they ain't got it. All right, they just ain't got it. You know what I'm saying. I think those guys individually they be all right at another team or something like that. But nah, bro, this ain't it. They don't have no running game. And what happens when you don't have no running game, baby? Pin them mirrors back, boy, because them dogs is coming. And that's pretty much what it was. Truthfully, honestly, just because the Cowboys got 19 points, I'm going to be honest with you. They got 19 points because CD Lamb made a great freaking play, man. That was pretty good. I can't deny that. After that, it really didn't.
It was the run after the catch that really got that popping.
Yeah, and that's pretty much all it was. Like it really wasn't else. Once they figured that out, I was like, all right, let's go ahead and lock that down. We let him have his moment, and that's pretty much what happened, man. So the Cowboys need to address that running back situation. I don't know what they need to do, but they have to do that because right now, as a defender, if I'm back there, I don't care who I am, defensive end, defensive tackle, linebacker, middle linebacker, it doesn't matter. I'm putting my ear back and I'm coming after you. You know what I'm saying? Brandon Cooks ain't going to do anything to me because you ain't going to get the chance to throw that ball. So there you go. All right.
Yeah, I think the best bet for the Cowboys is to figure out their defensive problems. Trying to figure out your offensive problems right now that's ain't no point. Like, we know what's wrong with you. Like, but defense though, the defense should have not. They still should have held them to way less points, and there should have been a lot more resistance. But
well, here's the thing with Cowboys defense, and I've known this for many years. Matter of fact, you can say decades. Cowboys defense was out there way too long. They don't last that long, so that's why you need the run game.
This was happening from the beginning of the game, from opening snap. The Saints were murdering their defense. So it's
no. We're not going to deny that. The Saints did the Saints things. The Saints came marching in. Okay, the Saints came marching in. But what I'm just saying for the Wolves, for the Cowboys, it definitely comes back for the. If you ask me, it definitely coming from that run game. And yes, their defense is lackluster at this point. Definitely because of the missing place of my boy Gilmore back there. So they're exposed. Okay. Cheeks wide open, baby. Cheeks wide open. No Diddy.
Figure it out.
Get it together. All right. We got the Bucks versus the Lions. This was a good game, actually.
Man, I wish I was able to watch the full game. I only got the highlights of this one, but But from what I did see and from what the numbers tell me, is that the Buccaneers are doing what the Buccaneers need to do to get wins. It's the same thing they did last year, and that's why they made the playoffs last year.
Yes.
Baker Mayfield is playing well. He's not. I think he's doing exactly what you would expect from Baker Mayfield. Honestly, he's making plays when he needs to, and he's not losing the game.
There you go. Yeah, I watched the games. Man, look, Baker's baking out there, baby. Okay, Baker is baking out there. But I will sit here and say this: Aiden Hutchinson from the Lions. Hey, man, that man was eating back there, bro. He really had like 5 sacks, but they knocked it down. They looked it up and they actually gave him a half. So he really had like 4.5 sacks. But he almost got the record for the Detroit Lions franchise record for like the most sacks in the game. Well, he almost tied it. Yeah, he almost tied it. And yeah, he was getting after it, man. But hey, man, Baker was baking back there. You know what I'm saying? The Buccaneers did what they need to do to get the win. And that's really what it came down to. So some good hard-nosed defense. The blitz was definitely there, you know what I'm saying, top old special. And yeah, man. shout out to the Bucs, man. They're doing the thing. They're getting the job done. That's what happens when you play preseason, baby.
I think the one thing I would say is that they're passing way too much over there on the Lions. He was 34 for 55. He threw the ball 55 times. That is insane.
Yeah, it's because the run game was like really almost non-existent. The run game was like not happening. So for the Bucs,
55 times is insane though. That's like excessive is an understatement. Like 40 times is a lot. Like, but 55 passes, and he only completed 34 of them. So it's not like, well, it's maybe,
like you see the numbers right here. It's like, dude, it's tough right now.
Well, that's the Buccaneers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like the Bucs, they're.
No, I'm talking about the Lions.
Oh yeah, so yeah, it was a lot. That is definitely a lot. Holy shit, dang, go Batman.
Yeah. And the rushing yards aren't terrible. Oh, Buddy's 13 carries for 84 yards. So it's not like he wasn't getting off.
That means this tells me that the special teams were doing their thing. That's what this tells me. Because for all these guys to get the yards and things like that, that tells me that because look at you got Amon-Ra St. Brown. I know he got hurt a little bit. I say a little bit. He got hurt. 11 catches, 1 for 119. Look at all these numbers, dude. All these numbers are crazy. Look at all these targets: 19, 11, 4, 7 for Jahmyr Gibbs. And on top of that, he had a lot of rushing yards and stuff like that. You know what that tells me? The Buccaneers special teams was on point. Yes, sir. That special teams was on point because that means they were putting them boys back. They said, you can get these yards, but we will not fold. We will not break. I like it. Go Bucs. Go do your thing, man. All right. I'll say it for you. I have no shame. Okay, this is what happens when you serve no allegiance. You can do whatever you want.
Are you not a Falcons fan? I could swear you were a Falcons fan. Like,
look, man, they invited me to so many games. I've been in that building so many times, man. It's all good. So there you go. But I've been to more Eagles games than I ever been to Falcons games. So I went to there like a whole season. So. I thought, man, never mind. Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, next game we got the Colts versus the Packers. All right, what did we learn? That's the question. What did we learn here?
Well, I learned a lot. I learned that the Packers are still very, very, very good, even without Jordan Love at the helm. I mean, still, well, the Colts are not a pushover either. Not this year. That's not an insta win.
That's not an instant win. They're definitely an NFL team.
Man. Now Malik Willis was putting in work. What was he? 12 for 14, 122 yards and a touchdown. That's all you need from a backup. Yeah, that's all you need from a backup.
I told you he's gonna run the ball. I told you what I say he was. He's like a somewhat like a poor man's Justin Fields. He can run the ball, but throwing, look, I wasn't trusting to throw me anything. You feel me?
I mean, the center even vomited on the ball, and the man still made a play.
My boy Josh Jacobs. That boy Josh Jacobs was getting it in. Look at it, 32 carries. Lord Jesus, I didn't know he had that many carries. That's a lot of carries. Holy shit, dangle, Batman.
But that's what I expect the rushing game. I expect like 20 carries, you know what I mean, or 30 carries. Because when you look at everybody else's numbers, he was carrying the load really on the rushing front. On the rushing front.
Look how many people carried the ball, bro.
Yeah.
Like, who the heck is Bo Milton? Who's Emmanuel Wilson? Marshawn Lloyd? Who are these guys? I don't
know. That's because of those end rounds, though, that everybody's running. Everybody's using the receivers like running backs.
Yeah. Hey, they're going to need Jordan Love to come back if they're going to break this bad boy open. Look, I can't wait to see who they play next week because it's going to be interesting. So that's where I'm at with them. So, yeah, I'm with you, T. Just like, man, you know, they simplified it. They said, Malik, we're going to play to your strengths. And we're going to throw some end around. So we're going to throw some screens, some motions, and some roundabouts. And here we go.
They made it work. They made it work.
Yeah. Good team
and I mean, Anthony Richardson helped them a lot too. 17 for 34, 204 passes, and 3 interceptions. He helped them a lot. Bro. He did a lot of work for them.
Hey, real talk. That's way too much for him.
Yeah.
34 is way too much. I don't like him throwing more than like really 25. I'm gonna be real with you. And it's just because like the way that he plays. I think that's way too much. I think that's a very high number for him.
Well, I mean, look at the rushing yards. They were successful running the football. Why would you throw that much?
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. It's way too much. It should be around, that number should be around like 25, maybe 28. It shouldn't be that high. It shouldn't be that much. It should not be 34. Like Jonathan Taylor, he's going in. Like he has 103. The Anthony Richardson, he's gonna get his yards, you know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean, averaging 8.58 yards a carry is crazy. That's some good ass running.
Yeah. So, hold on. He had a fumble. What did I say? No. Oh yeah, 2 fumbles too. Oh yeah, he was giving up the cheeks. Jonathan Taylor dropped one too. Oh yeah, they were giving it up. Yeah, all Diddy. It's all Diddy like Black Ops 6. I know what I want the game for. All right, let's see. We got the Browns versus the Jaguars. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna ask you guys a question. What did we learn?
It seems like the Jaguars are going to be the team that can almost get it done this year. And you know what's crazy is they're always right there. They're always right there in the game, and something crazy happens. That punter put them right at the half mark. Mm-hmm. Did you see that? They had it on the highlights.
Yeah.
For like, I think that was like probably the best punt I've seen in the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, the punt of a punt, baby. Okay.
Yeah, it was a good punt. He was the reason they got that safety. Because we're talking about a whole different ball game if that thing rolls into the end zone.
Look at that. You know, you crazy when you get the punts as a highlight in this thing. Whew. I don't get it, man. You know what I'm saying? We saw somewhat of a Deshaun Watson. You know what I'm saying? The ball looked good coming out of his hand. But I don't know, man.
I think what we're seeing from Deshaun Watson, the Kirk Cousins, and Rodgers of the world are three people who had serious injuries who aren't quite right yet. Even Joe Burrow wasn't quite right in the first game. He looked better this last game, but I think all of them are still kind of on the healing process. But the problem with Deshaun Watson is, though, he has a clock on his head.
Yeah.
There's a timetable in which Jameis Winston will come in and he will be on the bench. If he didn't win this game, that clock would have sped up. But winning this game kind of like slows that clock down a little bit and kind of calms everybody down.
For sure. Also, like I look at the team and like, you know, I don't think the team had a conversation per se, but I just think like they're just kind of like accepting the situation right now, and they said we do have to do better from all of us. Now, hopefully they have a conversation this week, and things like that. Because yeah, they got the win, so it bought them some time. But I want them to do better. Deontay Foreman had 14 carries. He did. I know he put the ball on the ground one time, but I think he got it back. So, this team, this offense, man, it needs some work. It needs some work. It's bad all around at this point. The wide receivers ain't wide receivering. The quarterback ain't quarterbacking, and the offensive line ain't offensive line. The running backs are okay, but they need more. They definitely need more. For Trevor Lawrence on the other side of the ball, man. Travis Etienne, he looked good. So that's cool. Trevor Lawrence is out there wheeling. I did see that. That man was wheeling and dealing out there, baby. But that's the thing. Like,
look at the completions to attempts, though. That's where that's the problem.
Bro, it is
14 for 30 is horrible
This
numbers.
team right here is so hard to say, but they're just a team that doesn't seem like they can finish. Like they're like, yeah, we're here until we can't do it no more. Right. Like fourth quarter doesn't exist for them or something like that. I don't know. Like it's just they something does not allow the Jacksonville Jaguars to get over. And here's the crazy part: I don't even know if it's Trevor Lawrence. I don't know if that's the issue.
I don't know. So, and I've been scratching my head for these last two games because I've been like, they looked so good. The chemistry was so good. They're one of those teams in preseason that actually had it together. And I was like, cool. Everything's kicking on everything's firing on all cylinders. Balls are being caught by receivers. Running backs are hitting the holes like they're supposed to. Yards are being got. Like, and you turn around and you look at this season. They're 0-2 now. They're 0-2 by respectable teams, though. It's not like they're 0-2 by like scrubs. You know what I mean? Both of these teams are looked at to be playoff teams. So that's the only thing I can say. It's the only thing I can really say. But still, 14 for 30 is kind of like, I was like, what is that? Either the plays they're calling aren't people aren't open, or like, I don't know. I need to go. Yeah, I need to go watch some film and like dissect him even further, probably.
Yeah. It's just hard to say. We don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
Well, continue to watch, I guess.
Yeah. Good luck to you Jaguar fans out there. I feel for y'all.
That schedule's tough. So There you go. 49ers versus Vikings. Man, the 49ers lost, man. That's crazy. 17-23.
Let's the 49ers didn't just lose. They lost a whole I think their season might be over.
I think so too. Like it's bad. It's bad.
It's bad. Everything went bad. This is what I expect from a team that went to the Super Bowl. This is what I expect. This is the level of decimation in the following season I expect. Because you had a long season previously, and your body hasn't really healed as fast as everybody else since they've been sitting at home. So it's kind of what I expect. But they lost Debo. They lost McCaffrey. That's pretty much what makes their offense their offense. I mean, they got other people that can still probably get them some wins, but they'll never be as dynamic as they are with those who with either one of them on the field, let alone both of them being gone.
Yeah.
Well, they had Jordan Mason step up at running back, and he can catch out of the backfield. He does do well in the running game, clearly. But he is not McCaffrey. And you still had Debo on the field. Now Debo's out for I don't know how long. I forget what the time frame for him is, but it wasn't going to be in the next 2 weeks, maybe in the next 3 weeks.
They did say it's going to be a period. It's going to be an extended period of time. That's the term that they have used.
And McCaffrey went on IR, so he may not even be back until the playoffs or something like that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I don't think the way the NFC is shaking up right now, I don't think anybody's going to breeze through. I don't think I saw Minnesota being as good as they are.
Yeah, we had Minnesota at 4, and now they over here at 1, dude. Like they balling. Yeah, straight like that.
Sam Darnold has found a whole new home. I don't know if he borrowed an arm from somebody else, because that's looking unreal.
Well, I think this is what happened when you actually have an offensive head coach. You know what I'm saying? It makes a world of difference. Sam Darnold's out here. He's balling. Here's the thing. Justin Jefferson, I want to be very clear. He balled, but he got hurt.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting to watch. Can Naylor, can he step up? We'll find out. That's going to be interesting. It's going to be really interesting to see. Honestly, like these numbers are kind of low, but I think the 49ers defense actually did like a really good job. It's just the 49ers just couldn't get it done once everybody started getting hurt, and Brandon Ayuk is still trying to get in game shape, basically.
Yeah. Which he looked sloppy in the first game of the season, so I'm not surprised he wasn't ready this right now either.
Yeah.
Not really surprised.
Yeah, so it's really tough for the 49ers right now. They got rust on top of that. They got people hurt. They got a lot of things they got to figure out. There's got to be a conversation back there. We got to figure out something.
I mean, receiver-wise, they're still in good shape. The problem is that the two players that make them dynamic aren't going to be there. The two players that make them question, is this a run or is this a pass? Is Debo coming on an end around? Is McCaffrey going to run a fly route? Like, that's not there anymore.
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention, but is Trent Richardson there? Cause I know he got hurt like the last game. Because if I don't care what nobody say. Trent hurt, I shut the season down. I'm over it.
Yeah, I don't know if they'll be able to compete with what's going on in the shakeup that's happening in NFC right now.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's keep it moving. Ain't really much for them to say on 49ers. They think that I want to say get it together, but truth honestly, ain't really much for them. Ain't really much for them to pick up and get together. You feel me? So
Now they're just gonna have to wait out this period of loss.
Yeah, just. I think Brock Purdy can hold it down a little bit though, so we'll see.
They'll win games, but the hardest thing is going to be getting into the playoffs.
Yeah, just the positioning in playoffs. That's going to be the thing.
Yeah.
All right. So we got Seattle versus New England Patriots. 23 Seattle, 20 Patriots. What did we learn?
No, I still don't think they're going to be contenders, but the Seahawks are definitely better than I thought they were. And the New England Patriots are better than I thought they were this year. But I think the Patriots are in the process of building a culture up there. So this might just be like early season hype where they're like off to a running start. This would be something to look at whenever they're halfway through the season and what that record still like. Does it still reflect what it looked like when they were 1-1? You know what I'm saying? Do they still look that good, or is this just like a flash in the pan type situation? The Seahawks, on the other hand, Geno Smith is a decent quarterback. Metcalf is an amazing receiver. You got Tyler Lockett still up there. You have
I know you're talking about. I don't remember the name. That's why I clicked on it. It's like we'll find out when I get this thing loaded up, guys.
They've got a decent offensive team, and they've always managed to put a good defensive front up. Even when they were after the Legion of Boom and all that had fizzled out, they still put together a decent defense to compete. So
this guy, Jason Smith, I forgot how you say his name. It's like Njabwe or something like that. I can't remember. But yes, hey, they balling. Okay, these two, DK and Jackson. Yeah, that's right. DK and Jackson. Hey man, real talk. Them boys is balling together, man. They're looking real good. So keep up the good work, man. There really ain't much to say. You know, Zach Charbonnet is running the ball, so he's good. You know, is hurt. Kenneth Walker, he's hurt. So true for honesty, man. Just keep. It's not like your schedule's just like super tough right now. So let's just, hey man, just keep going. That's what I gotta say. Like seriously, just ride it out as much as possible. I think this is just gonna. I think the Seattle Seahawks literally just might make it to the playoffs just because they stayed healthy. So
that looks like the theme for this year is going to be who's going to remain healthy.
Yeah. Take advantage of them wins right there, because that will get y'all in there. Yeah. For the Patriots side of things, Ramondre Stevenson looks good. Antonio Gibson looks good. Hunter Henry, he balled out, but we're talking about tight ends. Tight ends be up, and then they come down. I'm glad the rookie got a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's pretty much like where I'm at with the Patriots right now. So
they're in a strong building phase. I think most people hope to be where they are right now when they're building. So usually it's an ugly situation, and you're like 0-4 on that first rebuilding year, and they're looking good. So I think I think they're going to make some noise and disrupt some people trying to make the playoffs.
And what they are is they are the team that Carolina dreams to be. Okay, so there you go.
Well, that's it. It's one thing when you have a winning culture. You have an owner that knows what he's doing. Because even before Tom Brady got there, they had a winning culture in New England. So
true that. All right. Let's move on to the next one. We got the Jets versus the Titans. What are your thoughts?
I think Aaron Rodgers is still like I said earlier, he's still healing. He's still not quite there, but it looked way better this week than it did week previous. The whole team did, not just Aaron Rodgers, but I still think they're a little bit behind in their where they think they're going to be. A lot of people thought, oh, Aaron Rodgers Super Bowl. No,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they get a Super Bowl appearance this year.
Yeah.
I don't know if they make the playoffs either, honestly. Unless something dramatic happens, I don't think they make the playoffs.
The Dolphins lost to us, so there you go. Something did dramatic happen. So there you go.
True.
If it's not them, it's gonna be Jaguar.
True.
So that's how I count it.
And statistics say Jaguars don't make the playoffs because they're 0-2.
Yeah.
That's what the statistics say.
See what I mean? Math is math, baby. Yeah. Hey man, I really don't have much for the Jets. Hey, just do what you gotta do. Aaron Rodgers. Okay. Yeah, all right. Just be smart, basically. Tennessee, hey man, Will Levis. Hey, let's go ahead and cut it. I don't even know if I can say shut it down, because what is shutting down? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else is back there?
I don't know. That's what I was going to say. I was like, I don't know what they need to do with him, but he needs to go. They need to sit him down in the film room and say, now, what is this? What is this pass? What was the thought process?
What was the thought?
Take the sack. Take the sack. Just go down. Like, it's okay. Like you don't have to make a play every time. I think he's in a sophomore slump. Like, is this his second year starting?
It is his second year starting, but I don't know if I want to call it a sophomore slump. I think it's just him. I think he's just trying too hard, man. Right? Honestly, he about to get the Bryce Young situation. Now that you're gonna see it happen to Bryce Young, because they about to. Honestly, I'm trying to think what was worse, Bryce Young or him. Like, holy shit, dang, Batman. I don't know. So honestly,
I say Will Levis would probably be the worst of the two.
And that's bad because Bryce Young got benched. So, hey, man.
Because Will Levis is on a team that could actually win games. Whereas Bryce Young,
I would say he's on a team that can actually look better. That's what I would say. They can look better. They can look like an NFL team. But the Tennessee Titans, man, look, right now, Will Levis, hey, man, cut the dumb stuff out, man. Seriously, cut the dumb stuff out. If you don't cut that dumb stuff out right now, I'm telling you right now, don't worry about being on Tennessee Titans.
Don't worry about playing for nobody.
Worry about the next job that you're about to get, which is going to probably be at FedEx, UPS, or something like that, man. Amazon.
I don't know though. Trubisky, I think Trubisky still has a job. Trubisky is terrible, and he still found a backup position somewhere.
Man,
so
I take Trubisky. Matter of fact, Mason Rudolph is there. Hey, say what you want. Mason Rudolph will come in. And now you know what I'm thinking about. You know what? Hey, shut it down. I forgot Mason Rudolph is there.
He is there.
Shut it down. Yep. Go ahead, put Mason Rudolph in there. I already know. Hey, man, I already know the coach don't like you. Like, he doesn't like you as a football player, and he doesn't like you personally.
Yeah, he was chewing him out after that last one. He's like, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Well, reports have came out just saying, like, the head coach doesn't like him at all. Like, he just doesn't even like him as a human being. So, it's pretty bad. Right?
I'm about to say, he leaked that. He put that on Twitter or something. He got a ghost account. Ruber has it. Coach doesn't like Williams.
I wish I had the report, because it actually came from somebody with I guess you say blue check. But yeah, it's hey, man, get it together. Okay, you about to get Bryce Young. And honestly, I think they should already do it. Go ahead and put in Mason Rudolph. I'm good with that. Ride the season out.
Well,
because the division is winnable. They can win this. I ain't gonna say they can win the division, But you can get second place.
Yes, they can.
You can get second place because who else is in the division? We're not touching Houston. They're already the man. You got Tennessee Titans, Jacksonville Jaguars, Indianapolis Colts. You can get in there. Come on now. you right there with everybody else. Y'all can get it. So there you go. Let's real quick.
I'm about to say, let's make this fast.
Yeah. New York Giants, Washington Commanders. Thoughts? What did we learn?
Jaden Daniels can complete passes. I mean, 23 for 29, 226 yards. That's solid. Brian Robinson was 17 carries, 133 yards. Solid. But you're talking about against the New York Giants, which is okay. You know, I'm like, all right, cool. That's all I got. That's all I got. You know, I am looking forward to see what Jaden Daniels does in the future. I think as long as he stays healthy and he doesn't lean in and learns to slide, he'll be something to talk about next year.
Yeah. No.
In the next year or two, possibly.
No.
The Philadelphia Eagles would have to continue to collapse, and then the Dallas Cowboys would have to continue to collapse for them to make the playoffs. They would have to go down. They would have to go down into a black hole, which is possible. It's very possible. It's like, look, this season has already surprised us a couple times, so I won't put it past this season.
I'll throw some highlights in real quick. Malik Neighbors, hey man, welcome to the NFL. That man showed out. Okay, that man balled out. Also, Commanders. Hey man, Jaden Daniels, just learn that slide. All right, learn the slide, dude. And there's somebody else on your Instagram that we ain't gonna talk about. Mom, you know, anything like that. So yeah. Next game, we got the Rams, Los Angeles Rams versus the Arizona Cardinals. Injuries. Thoughts?
I've been telling y'all about the Cardinals. I've been telling y'all about the Cardinals. I've been telling you how good they were going to be this year. And I was like, as long as Kyler Murray's healthy, that is going to be a problem for a lot of people. I knew going in. I just didn't realize they're going to put that type of hurting on the Rams, honestly. But then I started looking at all the injury reports, one right after the other. I was like, man, they don't have anybody left. The Rams going to need to start forfeiting games here in a minute. They're going to be able to pick out people fast enough.
Yeah.
I mean, they got a whole other football team. They can just go to those games.
They got football every Sunday, baby. That's what they know. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? At home. Real quick, hey man, Cooper Kupp, he gonna be out for a while. I think he's going on IR as well. So they lost Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp. So yeah, it's getting real thin pickings over there in the wide receiver room. Arizona Cardinals, Marvin Harrison Jr. Let's go, baby. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I always wanted. I wanted that in week 1. I got him week 2. Kyler Murray finally said, hey, I do have this new wide receiver down here. I'm out throwing the ball. And you know what I'm saying? The boy balled out.
He put on the show. He put on the show.
He definitely put on the show. So shout out to Marvin Harrison Jr., man. Just want to get that out there.
Hey, he's the new go-to for scrambles.
For sure.
Let's hope every other team doesn't catch that.
Yeah,
man.
Let's see. We got the Steelers versus the Broncos. Well, go ahead, y'all. Shout out to the Steelers, man.
And Fields is getting better every week. I think at this point, Russ is probably going to have to find a new home. That's what happens. You slip up, you lose your spot, bro. Look, we love our defensive players, we love our running backs, but Roethlisberger is probably the only quarterback that got loyalty. You know what I'm saying? if you're not back there messing up, I'm gonna cut you, bro. You gotta go. You going? Hey, look, Russ cool, but now he's second place. No, but Fields is hot. One, he's completing passes. He looks good. He's starting to scramble. He's getting more comfortable. There's no way we're going to make a switch if we get to game 4 and he's won all three of our first games. There's no way we're going to switch back to Russ and put him in there and have him trying to figure it out at this point. He cost us $1 million. I mean, it's backup money.
Yep.
Enjoy that metal bench. Put that headset on. Relax. Hey, I mean, it's real out here, though. I mean,
don't mean nothing to me.
I'm about to say.
No, I respect Sierra.
He wanted the key to the city, but the problem is he can't. The man just got into a rhythm at the end of the preseason. Then all of a sudden his calf tightened up. I'm like, come on, bro. Right now, he just got into a rhythm at the last game of the preseason, and all of a sudden now his calf tightened. Come on,
bro. At this point, he can't even own Heinz Field. So, I'll say this about Broncos. Bo Nix is still in development. Ain't really much to talk about over there. So
actually, Bo Nix looked really, really good.
That's what I'm saying. Like he's in development. You know what I'm saying? Sean Payton got him willing and dealing. It's just they just cannot finish right now. But young. They're young.
He's a rookie.
Right. So I'm not holding it up to him.
He made a rookie mistake. He made a rookie mistake at the end of the game. He looked just like a rookie. Threw it right to a defender. And I was like,
The objective for all rookies is to look like an NFL quarterback. That's it. So there you go. Next game, we got the Bengals versus the Chiefs. 25-26 Chiefs.
What a good game. This was a good game.
That was a good game. I don't know. It was PI, man.
Fast interference, yeah.
It was PI.
You run into the back of the. I mean, all he had to do is because I don't think he would have caught it. Honestly, I think it was a little bit out of his reach. I don't think he was up high enough.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But because he ran into him on the way up, we'll never know. So it's like it's one of the things as a defender you just have to be smarter than that. You just have to be smarter than that. It was a good game. It was a good game. Came all the way down to but I expect that from the Bengals and the Chiefs. Joe Burrow has always had the Chiefs number. I think the biggest problem they're going to have to solve, and I don't know if it's a problem really. If they make the playoffs, it's not that big of a deal. But their slow starts, but they said what was the score? Like 1-9.
Yep.
On their first 2 games or something like that.
Yep.
Which is crazy. They got to figure that out. The slow starts got to stop.
Yeah, they definitely need to figure that out. I don't have much to say. I think he said everything. Yeah. Wait. Pacheco. Yeah. Hey man, he gonna be out for a minute, at least half the season.
6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah,
6 to 8 weeks.
I'm going to go ahead and chop it up and say half the season. So, yeah, he pretty much what they said. He pretty much broke his fibula, which is pretty much a broken leg. So, wishing for a speedy recovery. Who they gonna put in? They're gonna bring in Carson Steele. CEH is not available. They're signing Kareem Hunt.
They got P Ryan, right?
Yeah, they got some. They got somebody P Ryan.
Yeah, they got P Ryan and I think Hunt's supposed to carry the bulk of the run.
He'll carry the touchdowns. I believe he'll do that. That's his role. He's there to get the touchdowns. The rest of them there just to get the yards. So, yep. Sunday night football game. We got the Bears versus the Titans. I mean the Texans. Sorry, the Texans. The score was 13-19. Houston won. What did we learn? It's not so much on the Houston side of things, besides the fact that Houston is doing exactly what we expected them to. It's more about the Bears. What are your thoughts on the Bears situation right now?
I think Caleb Williams is developing. I think their defense is still the strongest part of their team. Mm-hmm. Second, probably by special teams and their offense running up behind that. Caleb Williams is getting better, but they still made him throw. They had him throwing 37 times. He was 23 for 37 with 2 interceptions. I'm not surprised. He's a rookie throwing 37 times. He's going to throw interceptions. Yeah. The first half he looked relatively clean, but the second half he came out looking like he did the first game. Like the game was just moving too fast for him.
I'll say this.
He tends to stare down receivers. Like he'll instead of like going through his progression, it's almost like he knows where he wants to go and he just stares there. So the more he tends to do that, the more I'm like, if they don't shake that, he's going to throw way more interceptions by the time the defense starts picking it up at the end of the season than he is already.
My thing is like, as a rookie quarterback, that's something that you're going to expect for them to do, is pretty much start tearing it down, because what we learned already is the fact that it's a timing issue, right? They're having issues getting the ball down there, but I'm going to be honest with you, dude. Caleb Williams was under duress the whole freaking game. Like, they rushed, what was it? Out of, 40-something plays or something like that? Hey, man, they rushed like 36 of them or something like that. Like, it was basically every single time you went out there, they was coming after you. I feel so bad for him because they were coming after him, bro. It was bad. Oh my Lord. It was really bad back there. Like I said, the football was back there as much as the defenders were. The defenders were back there as much as the football was. Like, it was pretty bad. So here's the thing. I'm sitting here, I'm looking at, of course I told y'all about the face. He got the same face as Justin Fields when he was there. He's like, oh my gosh, Musa, I got to breathe because this is ridiculous. I can't believe I'm in the NFL and this is what I have to deal with. Is it always like this every single week? And Justin Fields is realizing, like, no, it's not. So, right now, what we're seeing is pretty much what the Bears has always been known to do. They don't take care of their quarterbacks, okay? Also, the fact that they don't take care of the quarterbacks, this is just not a good development place. It's just not good, dude. Like, your quarterback shouldn't be rushed that much. Like, if you want your quarterback to be special, you got to give him time to be special. And DJ Moore, I know he's upset and things like that. I know he's pissed off, but I'm like, I just hope he's not pissed off at his quarterback. I think he's just more pissed off at the fact that, like, this game has been a total shitstorm and I don't know what to do at this point. I think he's also realizing that it ain't really much you can do because you're not the problem. Honestly, I don't even think Caleb Williams is the problem. I think the problem is that offensive line. Like, I don't want the defender should not be back there as much, because now what happened is, and take it from me because I played that position. I love that position because once I get to your quarterback and things like that, and I'm getting there repeatedly like that, I'm in his head. I'm in there just as much as his brain. I'm not paying rent no more to live in this man's mind no more. I own this thing. And that's what's happening with Caleb Williams. Get that man, protect your quarterback, bro. Protect your quarterback. Buy him some time. Like, come on. Keenan Allen is out. So you out. So you're short on wide receiver. Rosie, what's his name? Duzier. I forgot what his name is. Romeo Duze. Hey man, he's coming off an injury, so I'm not blaming him or anything like that. But because Keenan Allen is not there, we're gonna have to start getting some more people in there to start blocking. Like I'm gonna need like a little bit more Cole Kmet. You know what I'm saying? I need him. I need somebody chipping the defensive ends or something like that. And then the offensive line, I need y'all to hold up because this is bad. You're allowing my quarterback to get eat up.
And I mean, honestly, they need a good running game to offset that. That's probably what the problem is. It's probably why they're throwing so much. I mean, 14 carries for 18 yards is not going to get it done at all. Like that's where it starts. If you don't have a strong running game, like you said before, I mean, you don't have to like check for the run at all. You can just go after the quarterback constantly. That's what allows that to happen. But if you find a way to get the either move the defensive line laterally, where they're actually having to try to chase a running back around the corner, or you run right at them and force them to make hard tackles consistently and wear them down, kind of like body blows in a boxing match.
Yeah,
it's the only way to take a defensive line out of the game. If you can't do that consistently, you're going to get tore up. Your quarterback has no chance. You can't throw an excessive amount of times and expect the defense to care if you try to run or not when you're not doing it successfully.
Look at that, dude. That's 37. Like for a rookie quarterback, that's too much.
And I mean, look at the yards.
He's lucky enough he got that. He's lucky enough he got those. You know what I'm saying? And I get the thing with DeAndre Swift and all that stuff. Like I get it with these running backs. But the issue is like the offensive line ain't blocking. Like they literally like the line is back there. Like they're in there, bro. They are in there eating. They're rent free. The defensive line, Houston's defensive line, bro, they was there as much as furniture. Okay. So they got to get that together. They have to get that together. Seriously. And they need to do it fast.
Find a way. Yeah.
Get it done.
Let's get to Woods game of the week.
Yep. Oh my Lord.
It was a good game. It was a good game. I don't know if it was they should have lost. They should have lost. That there was a turning point in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a veteran quarterback. I expected him to march his team. I knew there was too much time left. So I did not expect it to be that fast. I didn't even know there's going to be time left. But at the same time, that Eagles defensive front is atrocious. I've never seen somebody so comfortable. Like, I don't think Kirk Cousins was stressing at all. I think he had time to pick people apart. It's one thing if you have a rookie quarterback and he has too much time, then he might overthink it. But Kirk Cousins is a veteran. You give him time, he's going to tear you apart. He get yeah, yeah. And I mean, Bijan Robinson. Wow. Wow. I didn't know. You know. You know what I mean? I'm gonna have to pay more attention to dude. Like he's nice. He's nice. They was trying hard to try to pull him down. Brad had people standing still. He was doing spin moves and doing all types of stuff. I was like, if somebody don't hit this man. I think it was one good hit. It was right. It was right at the end. It was right at the end of the game where dude came in that safety and stopped y'all cold in y'all tracks. And I was like, oh, okay, that's the game. And then here, and the one person I didn't expect to drop a pass at the end of the game drops a pass to lose the game for him. Nothing. There was. Well, if they had kicked a field goal in the first half, it's a different outcome. Yeah, and actually, that's the problem with not only that, with the Eagles, it's a problem like around because all of this stat heavy stuff now. Everybody's talking about ratios. Oh, if you go for it at this point, at some point it's going to come down to somebody that actually takes the points and they win the game. Sometimes kicking the field goal and winning the game, especially if it's a close game, because Detroit's coach loves to do that too, and Miami's coach loves to do that too. So, and they love to be overly aggressive. They gamble and they lose. They well, not just the two. They go for it on fourth downs on a consistent basis. It's like, well, we're past the 40, so I'm just gonna go for it. You know, I'm like, okay. Like punters are kicking, or field goal kickers are kicking from like damn near 60 yards away, accurately. But you're gonna give up points. But it's like, all right, come. Hey, Coop, Youngway Coop. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. I expected nothing less. It doesn't surprise me. I actually called it. I called that right before it happened. Yeah, I was sitting here, in my living room, and I was like, let's see if Hurts can actually play from behind, or is he going to throw an interception? And he threw an interception. I was like, that's exactly what I expected. Well, he was being rushed, and he instead of throwing the ball out of bounds, like throw it over the receiver's head, or just take the sack. Play again. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So look, man, check this out. So Atlanta Falcons, shout out to y'all. That's a good win. Okay, that's a big time win to get over the Eagles because uh look, I don't know how you're gonna beat the Chiefs next season. And I'll listen to the radio. I'm talking about, I'm talking about the Falcons. I'm talking about everybody right now. Look. So check this out. I was listening to the radio today, you know what I'm saying? I live down here in Georgia, and I listened to the radio, and one fan came on there, jumped on that joint. He's like, yeah, man, it would have been horrible if we start the season off 0-3. We in week 2, man. So, and next week y'all play Kansas City. So that's gonna be a tough game right there. So, but now like that's why I said this is definitely it felt I didn't realize that this was actually a must win game. You know what I'm saying? If they would have get this win right here, this would be this is if they would not get this win right here, y'all about to go through some woes because yeah. Um, uh,
You know, and I started to question that decision after I saw everybody picking Philly. I was like, they gonna lose.
Here's the thing.
They gonna lose.
Well, here's the thing. AJ Brown was out this game, and apparently he might.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna be out the next game, but because he got a hamstring issue. But they definitely knew he's gonna be out this game. So,
Yeah.
you know, they wasn't moving that top at full power, you know, anything like that. So,
I mean, let's be honest. They had every chance to win this game. The Eagles had every chance to win this game. Not only did they lose, they lost it on the coaching front, not kicking the field goal. They lost it on the player front by Saquon not catching that ball. They lost it again when Hurts threw an interception with 30 seconds left. So it's like all around, it's just not. It just wasn't their night. It was a Falcons night. Mm-hmm. It was a good game. Good game. Nah. Well, I don't know. That Eagles defense was a lot worse than I expected it to be. Yep, you guys had it kind of made.
Yeah.
Well, you know, I expected more from the Eagles defense. Like I expected them to pressure Cousins a little bit, but you know, yeah. We were giving Cousins he didn't even want to be in the game no more by the time TJ Watt was done with him.
Facts. Yeah. Yeah. So my thing is, you know, Jalen looked okay until the end of the game, and like T said, like once he threw the interception, I was just like, even before then, I was just like, Jalen, like he's over this. So he just kind of like threw it up and everything like that. It was who else was he gonna throw it to? You know what I'm saying?
I
Like
mean,
it's
playing
AJ
from
Brown.
behind is not his specialty.
Yeah, but when you don't have AJ Brown, that's a that's a blow. You know what I'm saying? Because AJ Brown can get up. I'm not expecting Devontae Smith to get up like that. You know what I mean? So yeah, I think the missing personnel kind of hurt right here. But I think ultimately, just because of that last drop at the end, you know, they had plenty of chances to win the game. But I didn't feel like once AJ Brown went down, I didn't realize it was. I didn't think it was a high pick. I was like, oh snap. Do I think the Falcons can still? I mean, do I think the Eagles can still win? Yes. But the thing is, it's like now the percentage for the Falcons has gone up tremendously, and that's what I felt like.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's about one coach has got to make better decisions, and the players got to catch the ball. Saquon Barkley has to catch that. There's no reason he drops that ball.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. He was. Yeah, it hurts. Yeah, it hurts. Hurts was scrambling a little bit. He was moving around. He was moving around way more than I think he wanted to. Mm.
Yeah. All right. Let's look at next week.
Yeah, let's see. Let's see what this week 3 is looking like.
Yeah. Let's make this one quick.
Yep.
That's what we talking about. Oh shoot, my list is over there. Whatever, I'm just doing on my phone. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's see. All right, so Thursday night game, Amazon Prime special. Who we got? We got New England Patriots versus the Jets. Ooh, rivalry game. Ooh,
I'm
who
taking
you guys have?
I'm taking the Jets.
Jets.
I think Aaron Rodgers gets it done. I think New England is going to start to become New England again. I could, I could be wrong, but I think the Jets are going to get this one done.
I'm a little iffy on this one. I'll just ride with the Jets. I'll go with Jets. All right. New York Giants versus the Cleveland Browns.
Browns, I don't really get a reason. Giants is Giants. I'll see them in. We'll try. I'll see them 5 years. They'll be good 5 years from now.
I'm going Giants.
Really?
I'm being different.
Oh, okay. I get it.
Yeah.
You know, the whole Philly situation got you trying to change up.
No. It's Malik Neighbors. That's the deal. Malik Neighbors. That's why. So, Chicago Bears versus the Colts.
I'm going the Bears because of their defense. I think their defense will get it done for them. The Colts are kind of, I don't know. They're an anomaly right now.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm going Colts.
I'm not mad at that. There's a 50-50 on that.
I love offensive line. I mean, I love linemen. Okay, so when the offensive line is giving up the cheeks, I'm going to take advantage of it. So there you go.
Okay, pause.
Whoa.
Pause.
No Diddy. No Diddy. Pause. You know what I'm saying? No Diddy. We got Houston Texans versus the Vikings. Who you guys going with?
Ooh. I'm gonna go Texans. I'm gonna stick with. I'm gonna go CJ Stroud and Texas, but that is a hard choice to make because the Minnesota Vikings have been making their presence felt, but without Justin Jefferson, I don't think they can get it done. I'm going with the Texans.
Yeah, I'm going with the Texans. I honestly, it's gonna be a high scoring game, depending on Justin Jefferson. If Justin Jefferson's there, it'll be a high scoring game. If not, then I expect the Vikings to get mollywopped. Eagles versus Saints.
Saints have made me a believer after this week. The Eagles probably do have something to prove, but I think the Saints offense is going to be too much. If they couldn't stop what the Falcons are doing, there's no way they're going to be able to stop what the Saints are going to be doing. No, they can. They just can't lose. They can't lose two in their division.
Nah, I look, when it comes down to the Eagles, I think when they look around their division, they're just saying, "Hey, we right here." You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. How much do we really believe in the Redskins? We don't. How much do we really believe in, you know, the Giants? We don't. Can we beat the Cowboys? Sure. There you go. And that's pretty much all they need.
Yeah.
I'm going Saints. Yeah, I think the high power offense is I think the Eagles got some woes they need to figure out, and I don't know how they're going to figure it out. It sucks. I hate to go against that. One of my favorite teams. So, hush. Chargers versus Steelers. Who you got?
Steelers. It's going to be a struggle, though. I think it's going to be more of a fight than even we want it to be. If Fields gets even better, then I think we're Super Bowl contenders.
Yeah, I'm going Steelers. I think TJ Watt's gonna own the game. Broncos versus Tampa.
Tampa.
Bucks.
I think Baker's gonna go out there and do what he needs to do to get the game done.
Yep.
And Bo Nix is still a rookie, so he's gonna throw some more interceptions.
Yep. And also the way that he plays, it's not like he has like a big arm, but just the fact that you have to like be methodical and try to go down there for a rookie quarterback, that's a lot to take on. It needs time.
Yeah. He'll get better.
Yeah, he would definitely get better. Green Bay versus Tennessee Titans.
Yeah, it's Packers. You can always count on Levis to give you at least one or two balls in good field position.
Yeah, I'm going with the Packers. Just because freaking it's a revenge game. At least I'll just say that. Hopefully it hype it up. Carolina Panthers versus the Raiders. Who you got?
Raiders. Even though I heard a lot of talk about the Panthers winning this game just because Andy Dalton's going to will them into will them with the quotation. Yeah, will them to a victory. I got the Raiders.
When your highest selling ticket to me is $1.80, I'm sorry, I'm going the other way. Yeah, Raiders, baby.
$1.80.
Let's see. Dolphins versus Seahawks. Who you got?
I'm going Seahawks.
Yeah, I'm going Seahawks as well. Need to figure out what they're going to do with this 2-2 situation. Lions versus Cardinals. Yeah, just one. Lions versus Cardinals. What we talking about?
I'm rocking with the Cardinals.
Yeah, I'm going Cardinals.
Cardinals have been my underdog pick from the beginning. I'm gonna stick with them.
Yeah. Cardinals, look, keep on locking Marvin Harrison Jr. That's your win. And James Conner keep running the ball. Ravens versus Cowboys. This is definitely gonna be the most watched game.
This two teams that need a win more than any other team in the league. No one believes the Cowboys are real, and everybody's questioning the Ravens' validity. So I'm going Cowboys. I think Cowboys get it done. They're at home again. They don't usually lose at home, and the Ravens are a mess right now. So I'm going Cowboys.
I'm going Ravens. Yeah, I think Lamar Jackson. I think they'll figure it out. I don't like the offensive line at all, but I think it's gonna be a close game. 49ers versus Rams.
Battles that hurt people. I just think the Rams are depleted at this point. I feel bad. Yeah, Rams have more hurt people than healthy people at this point. Like,
yeah.
But San Francisco still has a lot of weapons that are healthy. So I'm going with San Francisco.
Bang, bang, Niner gang. Let's go, baby. I'm telling you right now, 49ers gets it done because of defense. I'm writing it down. Well, I'm writing mine down.
Well, shoot, my picks are already in the garbage. Like if I was on one of them shows, my joints is garbage. Like after that first week, they were garbage. After this last week, even more garbage because teams are just not playing to what they're supposed to be playing to.
Yeah. I will say this about the 49ers game and the Rams. Yes, it's a battle of the hurt teams. And don't get it twisted. I picked the 49ers, But I can see the Rams winning, though. They're a little bit more desperate at this point.
Well, you know, it's crazy. They were talking about on NFL Live that they should trade Stafford. And I was like, trade Stafford? Like, just wow. I was like, this is where we're at with it. Do you think they just throw the whole team away at this point? And I was like, man, that's crazy.
I'm like, get what?
I don't know. I don't know. I think they were saying just like because Stafford's 38 years old and he deserves a chance to win a Super Bowl. I'm like, what team needs that right now? Like, who's trading for Stafford? Like, unless you're giving him away for like a 6th-round pick just to go to a team that may win a Super Bowl. Trade him to Miami for a 6th-round pick or something. If you just wanted to like do right by Stafford for some reason.
Hey, that's a good combination between him and Tyreek. I ain't gonna lie.
It would be a thing of beauty down there.
For sure. Sunday night game. We got the Kansas City Chiefs. Good Lord, boy. This is prime time right here. So we got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the Atlanta Falcons.
I'm not gonna lie, y'all gonna get y'all ass whipped. And is the reason why I say it though is because I think the Chiefs are probably better than they were last year, even without Pacheco. Still, I think they're better than they were last year. If you guys beat them, that would be a statement. But I'm taking the Chiefs. You might if Kirk Cousins gets even better next week, it'll be a close game, but the Chiefs still gonna win. I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs.
Oh man, this is a tough one. Because I could see both teams. Let me try to break this down real quick. So the Atlanta Falcons, they have the personnel to do it. Drake London, Bijan Robinson, Tyler Algier, Kyle Pitts, all these guys. They have the personnel to win. What you call it? Nate Bates, I think that's his name. I can't remember back there. That man balling back there, man. I can't deny that. It's very tough. Falcons defense is showing out, man. The Chiefs, man. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Xavier Worthy, Rashee Rice. Running back committee, which we're going to figure that out.
Their defense is strong too.
That's the thing. Chris Jones, that defense is strong, man. That boy Duff Man back there is giving out all the duff you need. Okay, so I'm gonna go with Chiefs, man. I'm going with Chiefs. Don't get it twisted. I think the Falcons could definitely win. I just think the Chiefs going to win.
I think the best weapon on the Falcons is London. Who was balling out the other night?
It's Bijan, but I think this is the game where they really need to tap into Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is going to be he can be the one to break this thing wide to Pitts open. But how many plays do we have schemed up for Kyle Pitts? And that's why I'm like, that's the thing. And that's why I'm sitting here. It's like, dude, if the Falcons can figure that out, cool. Darnell Mooney, I think he's gonna be somewhat of a thing going forward. But yeah, they need to start using their other weapons, and that's gonna be. Yeah, it's nice that he can catch the ball finally. So
yeah, even though he doesn't finish routes, because y'all would have had another touchdown. That's another thing that if he finished that route, because Kirk Cousins delivered the ball perfectly. I don't know either. I was questioning that too. It's like,
man, he a young dude. He a young dude. He been doing that junk in Chicago. That's why I was like, I can't really blame Fields, because it's like, dude, it's Chicago Bears, huh?
yeah,
Change the
like,
route and catch the freaking ball. Like, that's pretty much it.
yeah,
Yeah, that not finish the route. That's the reason why he on another team. Anyways,
that's crazy.
yeah. Monday Night Football. We got 2 games. We got 2 bangers coming out here. Okay, I know. I like it. I like a double night. Let's get it.
I'll be
Jaguars
definitely going
versus
back
the
and forth.
Bills. Jaguars versus Bills. Who y'all got?
I got the Bills. I'm not. I believe Trevor Lawrence and them are good. I think the problem is, like you said, they just don't finish a game. They get so close, and they just can't seem to get over the hump. I think that's all I need to really say about that, honestly.
Yeah, I'm going Bills. And last but not least, Washington Commanders versus the Bengals. Wait a minute, we made this a primetime game?
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good game. Yeah, I think. I think at the end of the day, Bengals win because they need to win. I think they're gonna be trying to prove how good they really are after losing to Kansas City, and that's it's got. But I think Jaden Daniels gets off also. I think the Commanders defense will show up. But at the end of the day, I think the Bengals win, and I think they win big. I don't think it's going to be a close game. But I think it'll be a good game though. I think it's gonna be a good game though. I think it's gonna be a better game. It's not gonna be it's not gonna be close, but it's gonna be good. I mean, that's not a terrible thing, but I think it'll look more like what the Saints did to Dallas. It'll be exciting to watch. It'll just be like, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going Bengals. The Bengals need to win.
Mhm.
That's the biggest thing. They need it. They don't want it. They need it. So I'm going that direction. All right, cool. We locked in.
So
So, I got one question. One question only. Any hot takes for this week? Any hot takes? What's going on this week? Just one hot take from each one of y'all. Let's go.
Andy Dalton has the worst game of his career.
Ooh, that's tough. Okay. Okay. Um, Shocker. I think the Vikings may beat the Houston Texans.
I mean, that's not really it's not a hot take.
What? You don't think this hot take?
No, that's very possible after watching how the Minnesota Vikings been playing the last 2 weeks.
Damn, I need.
It's gonna be a good game, yeah. Both teams can possibly win that game. That's not too hot of a take. That's a decent take.
Yeah.
That's a jalapeno. I think that ghost pepper. I think that ghost pepper. But it's definitely but Sam Darnold been playing like another human being, so I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah. All right. Oh shoot, man, that's it for the week. And man, let's see what happens. Man, look.
Oh, don't forget look over your win loss, throw it in the so I can add it to the joint. I'm gonna put it in the bottom of our little our screens or whatever.
Yeah, I wrote mine down too.
I can remember mine because I keep losing them. Keep taking L's. I keep taking more L's than W's. That first week killed me. This last week was like opposite day.
No, I think here's the thing. I just think last week was like for everybody. It was just tough all around. I think it was a lot of upsets last week. You know what I'm saying? So I want to beat myself up on it anyway. Like if anything, like I'm really more surprised that the Bengals even showed up for that game, knowing what their roles are and everything like that. So yeah, the Ravens need to get their stuff together. Preseason, man, preseason. So there you go. All right. Yeah, there's a. I know there's an ESPN app. You can just pick games, but we'll figure it out. Cool beans. Cool beans.
Sure.
All right.
Yeah. Tap. Yeah. I'll see y'all.
All right. Later.